So when to get one, you should hire a project manager when you get to that situation I was talking about where you've got virtual assistants and then you're finding all of your time is being spent keeping the virtual assistants busy. So if you're not getting any work done because you're just assigning tasks, that's probably the time that you need to start to think about getting a project manager in place. Now, Ryan's doing it at the moment. We have what we call the site priority sheet. This is a sheet that only the project manager and I talk on. I probably won't go into it now. Again, it might be something that gets me into trouble. So it's just a spreadsheet that we communicate on a daily basis where each assistant has a list of the different tasks that they're working on. And I suppose this answers to your question, Ben, a little bit as to how to make sure that that system keeps flowing with hands off. I let the project manager do it and we make sure they understand what the outcome is and then they make sure that it keeps moving. I think a system that's completely hands-off can often be more trouble than it's worth. As much as it's great to create a system like that, sometimes something can go undetected for a very long time unless you have some sort of quality control built into that system. You need to make sure that you focus on outcomes, not tasks. So that issue that I was having, I was trying to keep all of my assistants busy and I'd just find tasks for them. And I was just thinking, well, they're $5 an hour, maybe it is good if they do this particular task, which might be, I don't know, there's plenty of different tasks that they shouldn't have been doing when I should have been thinking more outcome driven as opposed to task driven. The other thing that you'll give your project manager, and this comes from the 4-hour work week, is the okay to spend money up to a certain level. So I say to my project manager, you can spend up to $500 out of the PayPal account or whatever without checking with me, because I know that I've trained you up to a point where you know what good value spending is. So if it's going to cost less than $500, you go ahead and spend it and don't worry about bothering me. Otherwise, you're having to okay and give the okay for every little step, and you're not working on the big rocks, you're working on those small rocks. The other thing to keep in mind, project managers, any project manager, you shouldn't be working with more than 7 people underneath them. So the way that you want to try and start to think about it is you've got, so maybe you and then you've got your other team members. The way that I think about team members is in the office, these are mini project managers. I like my project managers in the office with me, and then they have the assistants underneath them. So each person, so Ben used to work with Ferenc and Igor and the people that were close to his area of expertise, whereas Ryan has another set of assistants that we're working for. We've sort of merged some of those together now, and now Ryan's working with a few of these to free Ben up to do some other stuff. But what you want to try and get to is a point where you only ever give them 7. If you give them more than 7, then usually it gets a little bit out of control, and it's hard for them to manage and keep on top of it and be effective with doing things like one-on-ones and things like that.